up on News 2, members of the 30th Legislature was sworn in. We'll have team coverage with highlights from the ceremony and the first session as a body. And effective immediately, registered nurses at the Juan Luis Hospital will be getting a raise after the hospital's vote. Details, plus everything from accessories to casual wear to swimwear. Models of all ages and sizes were seen on this runway. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Mansing. Top in this newscast, the 30th Legislature took their oath of honor to serve as senators Monday morning. The roughly hour-and-a-half ceremony was held in Emancipation Garden. The governor, lieutenant governor, delegate to Congress, as well as BVI dignitaries attended. News 2's Erica Bivens brings us this story.
And impartially discharge the duties of senator.
Judge Reese Hodge swore in the 15 senators Monday morning in Emancipation Garden before a large crowd. The tone spiritual and uplifting.
I offer these words of edification and encouragement in this season of revitalization and reform, which also are analogous to renew, resurgence, and rebirth.
The event included musical performances, as well as prayer and quadrille dancing, which some senators took part in. Following the swearing-in ceremony, the 15 senators walked across the street to the legislature to convene their first meeting as a body. And that body convened under Senator Sean Michael Malone, the new president.
It is clearly a mandate of this community, of all God, to start a new direction of how we do things for our people.
Senator Samuel Sanis was voted in the new vice president.
I want to thank the people of St. Croix, the people of the Virgin Islands, but especially the people of St. Croix, for giving me this opportunity once again.
And the new secretary, Senator Jeanette Millen-Young.
I advanced many policies for the young people of the Virgin Islands, and I will continue to do so in the upcoming term.
Last month, the 10 Democrats in the Senate formed a majority and selected Donald Cole as majority leader.
I would like to thank the majority for making me the majority leader.
The 30th Legislature sees several freshman senators, a few returning from years past, as well as...
We've seen 5 women elected in this legislature, and I'd like to see more.
Each senator thanked their family, friends, and supporters and expressed their hopes for a successful 30th Legislature. For News 2, I'm Erica Bivens.
Senators were also appointed to their respective committees in that session. And we're also told the body is creating an internal ethics policy to improve accountability and transparency. Meanwhile, many were on hand to witness the historic swearing-in. We spoke to some who were in attendance.
It's just a positive, upbeat outlook for the government and this new legislature that is sworn in. Already the collaborative effort that they have demonstrated is a welcome sign that we're all looking for, that they can all work together and achieve all the different objectives and goals in terms of moving this territory forward. So from what we've gathered here and all in attendance, it was a very, very well put together program from the church service to this ceremony here, and we anticipate good things from this 30th legislature.
One of the new senators, I'm a strong supporter of him, and his motto was revitalization. And I noticed the MC, she used that word maybe about a half dozen times there.
Following the swearing-in ceremony and surrounding events on St. Thomas and St. John, St. Croix will host events on Wednesday, January 16th, starting at 10 a.m. with an ecumenical service at the Friedensburg Moravian Church in Frederiksted. The service will then be followed by a meet and greet with senators at 11:15 a.m. at the St. Croix Legislative Complex. The community is invited to attend the public event to welcome the 30th Legislature. While effective immediately, registered nurses at the Juan Luis Hospital and Medical Center will be getting a raise. The hospital's board voted Friday night during a meeting to implement the salary increases to help retain and attract more nursing staff. News 2's Erica Parsons has that story.
Juan Luis Hospital Board's unanimous vote to increase salaries for registered nurses effective immediately was in effect a vote to save lives. And that's the message hospital officials wanted to get across when they read a 4-page statement of public need during Friday night's board meeting. More than 20 nurses have left Juan Luis during the last 7 months. That's according to Friday's statement. The reasons? Low pay, moves because of Jovence's closure, and short-staffed units. Hospital officials say the medical center is facing a critical shortage of experienced registered nurses to adequately staff the emergency department, staff enough inpatient beds to properly serve St. Croix, and to deliver safe patient care. 80 qualified RNs is the magic number that would put Juan Luis back on safe ground. 40 RNs to fill current vacancies and another 40 to replace the traveling nurses. Without them, officials say inpatient services are suffering with longer wait times in the emergency room, fewer available inpatient beds, reduced quality of safe care, overworked RNs, and increased costs, to name a few. The average salary for local RNs is about $51,000, and in Florida, it's about $71,000. The raises would help change all that, making the local salaries competitive to those of their nursing counterparts on the mainland and providing a more than 30% jump. It would also help the hospital attract and retain permanent RNs. Officials say paying local RNs the higher salaries would actually save the hospital money, since they'd be able to reduce their dependency on traveling nurses, whose agencies are paid $50 an hour on average per RN. Administrators said in the statement that there are at least 5 and possibly more local nurses willing to come back once the new salaries are set. The new salaries are effective for the current pay period. Erica Parsons, News 2.
The nurses union negotiated the new salaries back in June with the Office of Collective Bargaining. Both the territory's hospitals and the VI Department of Health, neither Schneider Hospital nor the Department of Health have signed off on the agreement. Detectives on St. Croix have issued a wanted poster for 25-year-old Stedroy Hurst, also known as Roy, who is wanted in connection to a first-degree assault. Hurst is 5'6" tall, has a medium to dark complexion with black hair and brown eyes, and frequents a state work and rest in Junie's Bar and Restaurant. Detectives are asking for the public's help in locating Hurst and remind anyone who may be harboring Hurst you can face criminal prosecution. If you know the whereabouts of Stedroy Hurst, please call 712-6077 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. St. Croix police have arrested 3 men in connection to what officers have described as a robbery spree. Rossiel Encarnacion, Edwin Hendrickson, and Francisco Hassel were positively identified as the men who robbed 3 males at gunpoint in St. Peter's Rest and 2 more in Christiansted Town on January 13. Following the robberies, police stopped the suspects in a silver Corolla near the Lorraine Shopping Center, confiscating 3 loaded semi-automatic weapons and stolen property. The suspects have been charged with first-degree robbery and possession of stolen property and unlicensed weapons. Bail was set at $75,000 each. Turn our attention stateside. The House was back in session today, and President Obama wasted no time this morning making it clear to lawmakers what he expects in the coming days. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from the White House.
President Obama is calling on Congress to raise the government's borrowing limit.
Raising the debt ceiling does not authorize us to spend more. All it does is say that America will pay its bills, and we are not a deadbeat nation.
Without a deal, the government could run out of money to pay its bills by late February or early March. But Republican leaders are demanding significant spending cuts in exchange for any agreement to raise the debt ceiling. In a statement, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said the president must get serious about spending, and the debt limit is the perfect time for it. Gun control is another big issue facing the White House and lawmakers. After a week of meetings, Vice President Joe Biden will formally present the president with his recommendations to curb gun violence tomorrow.
Responsible gun owners, people who have a gun for protection, for hunting, for sportsmanship, they don't have anything to worry about.
The National Rifle Association has already made clear it has enough support in Congress to block legislation that restricts gun ownership.
I would say that the likelihood is that they're not going to be able to get an assault weapons ban through this Congress.
Moderate lawmakers say there is a better chance of passing laws that limit the number of bullets in ammunition magazines and improve background checks. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
And keeping our eye on the economy, stocks are lower as investors wait to hear from Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke. He's expected to speak in a question and answer session in Michigan as the stock market closes. The state of New Hampshire is making history today. Its $700 million lawsuit against oil giant Citgo and ExxonMobil goes to trial. It's the first time a state has ever gone to trial. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank's Stock Market Watch. The Dow up 18, NASDAQ down 8, S&P down 1. Coming up on News 2, a local St. Croix businessman was honored Friday for his support of a National Guard employee. Find out who. Plus, everything from accessories to casual wear to swimwear. Models of all ages and sizes were seen on this runway. Did you miss Fashionista? We'll have the sizzling hot highlights coming up next. Well, attendees marveled as models of all ages and sizes strutted on the runway at Fashionista 2013 that was held yesterday at the Moxie Marine Center at Antilles School. The show was designed and tailored for women and girls of all ages and even men. With a penchant for shopping and a love for fashion, the models showcased the talents of various clothing designers in the territory. In all, there were 13 designers who displayed their creations. Now, some of the designers included Natural Liberty, Orchid Boutique, New Horizon, Fashion Source, SM Collection, and Marilyn Boston Collection. The various sponsors for the show included Colormax WSTA, A&R Trucking, DMTV, Sugar Bay, VI Insight, and MSP Multi-Service Provider. Government employees have begun taking 10,000 steps daily to a healthier year as the Division of Personnel, Cigna, and the GESC Health Insurance Board officially started their eight-week walking program on Monday to provide a fun and easy way for government employees to get physically active. The program kicked off on Saturday with a walk in each district, and over the next 8 weeks, employees will be tracking their daily steps with a pedometer and recording them on personalized sites. Well, for the 7th consecutive year, the Queen Louise Home for the Children was chosen to receive a grant by Innovative Cable TV St. Croix. This year, innovative companies presented Lutheran Services with a $1,000 check sponsored through the Caribbean Cable and Telecommunications Association. Innovative also teamed up with its wireless store for the Toys for Tots drive, giving donated toys to the children at Queen Louise. Vice President of Cable TV Services, Graciela Rivera, stated that the company focuses on education, development, and the well-being of the youth and is proud to be supporting these organizations on an annual basis. Well, a local St. Croix businessman was honored Friday for his support of a National Guard employee. Lorraine Chicken Shack owner Angel Diaz was presented with the Patriot Award by Major General Rinaldo Rivera and members of the employer support of the Guard and Reserve. Diaz was nominated by longtime employee Felicia Herman for his support and cooperation of her schedule while she serves as a member of the National Guard.
Thank you. I appreciate what she's doing for me.
Whenever I have to go off to do my training and my duties, they always allow me. They don't need no job letter or nothing from the National Guard. They tell me just go right ahead and do what I got to do and make myself proud, make the country proud, and support the Virgin Islands and the National Guard.
Stick around. Your News 2 Accu with the forecast is coming up next.